It's okay, just keep reeling through that. That's perfect.
I think we got a big fish on here. That's on a white trolling fly. It was down about 20 feet.
He's all right. He's a good fish.
There you go.
Towards me a little bit because he's way out there.
Oh, there he is. Woo. Oh, yeah.
Doing great. Doing great. Doing good.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Decent fish, that's good.
Yeah. Trolling fly.
Yeah, there's that fly. Very cool. Hooked right in the bottom jaw.
Do you want to experience maximum success when it comes to trout trolling? If you do, integrate trolling flies into your arsenal. Go on over to fishhuntshoot.com and pick up one of Kel Kellogg's signature series trolling fly kits today, and you'll be yelling "Fish on" tomorrow. Howdy guys, Kel Kellogg here. I'm out this morning knocking out a bunch of video. I'm out in the woods and it sounds like there's some guys working up here. I hear one of those big giant chippers going, and I've heard some trees actually hit the ground and stuff. They're probably clearing under power lines or something like that, doing some fire protection for the year, and you know, just trying to make things a little bit safer out here in the woods. It is time for a Foothills trout fishing roundup, and as you guys know at this point, Wes and I have been out at Collins Lake almost every day, and I'm gonna say that lake, you know, it sits at 1,200 feet. I'm gonna say that is very representative of the other lakes in the Foothill region, and I think you're seeing the same things because everything is driven by water, water temperature, air temperature, nighttime temperature, water levels, and stuff like that. So what are we seeing? Well, we're still seeing very, very good fishing. Wes was out last night. He was doing a little pre-fishing. He's out guiding right now. He had 5 fish, 2 of them over 5 pounds. One of them was 8.5 pounds. He was stroking them on our metalhead flies and threaded worms. So the bite is on and the fishing is great. The ambient air temperature during the day is significantly higher than it should be. The temperatures right now in Northern California, you know, in the Foothill region, in the Valley region, should be in the 70s, and we're seeing temperatures creep up into the 90s. And we're seeing that reflected in nighttime temperatures too. The nighttime temperatures are higher than they should be, and as a result, our lakes are warming up faster than they ordinarily would, and with the water levels, you know, lower, anywhere from 20 to 40% lower than they would ordinarily be, because we are in a drought situation here in Northern California, second driest winter on record, as I heard on channel KCRA 3 News last night. The lake levels are down, and that makes the water temperature, you know, rise even faster. All right. So right now at Collins Lake, we are seeing water temperatures peak up as high as 74 degrees in the afternoon once the lake has been exposed to, you know, sun all day long. But that doesn't mean you can't catch fish up top. We are popping fish up top, you know, occasionally when we have chop on the surface in the afternoon, and certainly early in the morning. It is still very, you know, worthwhile to run at least one near surface line, something in the top 10 feet, because there are fish that are up there cruising around, rainbows up there looking to feed. Having said that, the most consistent depth for Wes and I has been 18 to 20 feet lately, with a variety of different offerings. Number one offering remains a threaded worm. It consistently produces fish day in, day out. If we were kayaking out there and just trying to get footage, we probably wouldn't be pulling the worms. But when we're out there with 3 clients, the goal every day is to harvest 15 fish, and to do that consistently, the worms are the number one bait. Sometimes naked, sometimes with willow leaf dodgers, sometimes with turbo flashers, sometimes with the mini turbos. That aspect of the worm trolling changes a lot, but number one offering, you know, it is a worm. It centers around a worm. Number 2, a trolling fly. Blue flies, blue metalhead magnums have been very good for us. Our big fish bait is a fly. every day, just about, we catch our biggest fish on a fly, and we do numbers on the worms. So we mix it up. That's what we've been seeing. We're fishing just above the fish, so we're marking a lot of fish at 25 to 28 feet. We're trolling 18 to 20 feet deep. Those fish are coming up, smacking our offerings, and we're getting those fish. I think you're seeing a similar pattern at other lakes, you know, Comanche, Amador, stuff like that. The warmer the daytime temperature is, the quicker those surface temperatures at the lake are going to accelerate and increase, and you know, the deeper you're going to see the fish drop. And the fish are much deeper now at Collins Lake than they ordinarily would be. I've looked at my fishing log, I've looked back, you know, over some time, and what I'm seeing is that, you know, usually I'm fishing around 15 feet deep. I usually wouldn't be using downriggers in early May at Collins Lake. I would still be running my lead core rigs. But, you know, the fish are a good 10 feet deeper than they ordinarily would be in May. If you want to get out and you want to enjoy some Foothills trout action, this is the time to do it. We're going to be able to hit the Sierras very soon. In fact, we could hit the Sierras right now, but I would encourage you to stick with those foothill and valley reservoirs. That party's going to come to an end, so make the most of it. You might have 2 or 3 weeks left in the valley, and then it's going to be time to head up, you know, to Sugar Pine, French Meadows, Davis, you name it, whatever high country lakes in your region that you like to fish, that's going to be the place to go. We'll be fishing at, you know, really high places like Caples, you know, shortly. So live it up while you can in the foothills and get ready to travel. That's what Wes and I are going to do. We're going to be at Collins Lake through the middle of May, and we're going to be, you know, buffing those kayaks, getting the trailers ready, checking and double checking all the gear, making some vehicle modifications, because when we're done guiding, we're going to take a couple days off, and then we are hitting the road because we are committed to bringing you the best of the Northern California trout fishing scene, and we're going to be at places like Butte, Elmore, Davis, Caples, on and on the list goes. So that's what we're gonna do. I suggest that you do the same thing, kind of follow our lead. Hopefully we'll see you out on the water. And if you're a bank guy in the foothills, don't despair. Just the nature of our California lakes, canyon style reservoirs, there is plenty of bank access to water that is 20 to 30, 35 feet deep. So the bank guys are still in the game. You've just got to look at the lay of the land. You've got to figure out, you know, this bank is falling off at this rate, and if I cast about this far, my bait is going to be sitting there in 20, 25 feet of water, because that is where the bulk of the biomass is. That's where the fish are holding most of the time. And you should also play with a Castmaster or something like that, especially early in the morning or if it's windy, because as I said, we are popping fish up higher in the water column, but the vast majority of the fish, they're holding down at about 25 feet right now. I hope this helped you catch some trout next time you hit a Foothills lake. Don't dilly-dally around. As I said, this action is going to come to an end. The fishing is very good right now. We are getting limits and near limits most days. We're catching fish up to, 8.5, 9 pounds. Big, bad, big, beautiful rainbows, hard-fighting fish that have pink meat inside. But, get after them while the getting's good, and then pack your bags and head up to the high country. That's what Wes and I got planned, and you should do the same. I'm kind of rambling here. That is my my Foothill Trout Roundup for this week. I will be right back here with more fishing reports soon. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, and you'll always know when I'm on here talking about fishing, Bigfoot, UFOs, whatever's on my mind. I'm Kel Kellogg, and last but not least, if you're looking for gear, go on over to fishhuntshoot.com and check out my store and my full line of fishing lures, rods, reels, and more. There's new stuff coming up all the time. Some stuff is sold out, but we've got stuff on order, and we're resupplying those sold out categories all the time. I want to thank you guys for all the support for the store, the channel, all that. And, fish on, guys. It's going to be a great summer. We're going to have low water, concentrated fish, and a lot of really nice trout are going to be caught. And I'm going to be out there right in the middle of it, and I hope you are too. I'm Kel Kellogg.